Hello and welcome. My name is Diana and this is MetCon 15.0. It's our week 1, which is our slow contractions, our slow tempo, and our easy contractions. Thank you so much for moving with me today. Today our list of supplies includes a light or medium resistance band. We're going to use a heavy to you dumbbell set. So something that you would consider heavy. I'm picking my 20s. I will be honest with you, if I had something a little bit heavier for this, I would probably use it, but I've just got 20s as my heaviest dumbbell set. And then we're also going to use an elevated surface today. And that might be a plyo box, it might be a racked barbell, it could be the edge of your kitchen table, or it could be a sink counter, like in the kitchen or in the bathroom, and it could also be a wall. We're going to use that for some elevated push-ups, okay? So as I was just mentioning, we've got a light medium resistance band, we've got a heavy to you dumbbell set, and then we've got that elevated surface to use for our push-ups. And as always, we want that nice big glass of water or water bottle on hand to stay hydrated throughout. How this class works is we start off with a warm-up. We're going to move into MetCon 1, 30 seconds each through 3 exercises for 7.5 minutes. We'll then move into MetCon Circuit 2. That's going to be 3 exercises. We're going to do them 10 repetitions each for also 7.5 minutes. Those 2 7.5 minutes make up our 15-minute MetCon, and then we'll finish it all off with a cool down, helping you return to steady state. So let's go ahead and jump right in. We're gonna grab our band for our first stretch in our warm-up, and we're gonna take it about 3 feet apart, and we're gonna take some banded shoulder circles. I want you to see if you can actually keep just a soft bend in the elbow and actually bring that band all the way back and down behind your hips. All right, stretching out and warming up those shoulders. Here's 3. And 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8, 9, and 10. Great work, my friends. We'll take that band in that same position, but we'll bring it overhead. You can step your feet out a little bit wider, and we're going to take a standing overhead torso rotation. Keep those arms long and rotate all the way up and down from the soles of the feet through the waist. 3, and 4, and 5. Excellent work. Let's set that band down close by. Next, we're going to take almost that same stance, but we'll take a cross-body punch or cross-body jab. So we're going to rotate up on the opposite toe as the punching arm. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great work, my friends. And last but not least, we'll take our forward fold curl-ups. So reach up high, fold down for your toes, tuck your chin into your chest, slowly curl up to stand. We'll call that 1. And 2. Here's 3. 4, and 5. Excellent work. Awesome. That completes our warm-up. I hope your body's feeling even better than it was just a couple moments ago. Let me introduce you to our exercises of MetCon 1, and we'll jump in. We're going to start off with our march in place farmer carry. So we'll pick up that heavy to you dumbbell set. See if you can get your kneecaps up at hip height. We're keeping our abdominals engaged and our shoulder blades back and down. All right, that's our exercise number 1. We'll complete it for 30 seconds. Next, we're gonna take that handy dandy band of yours. I'm gonna give you a couple different stepping on variations. Shoes are sometimes preferable here. If this is a heavier resistance band for you, I'm gonna have you step on it with one foot, and we're gonna perform bicep curls for 30 seconds. If it's a lighter to you resistance band, let's go ahead and step on it wide. Increase the resistance as we perform those curls. Try to feel for getting that band equal so that we're not strengthening one arm more than the other. All right, we'll keep that band close by as we move with that band through these different circuits. And our last exercise is our top down Romanian deadlift. So soft bend in the knees, and we're gonna take that classic hip hinge of yours, and we're coming down just about mid-shin, keeping the back flat and then coming up to the top. I want to talk just briefly about the fact that a hinge, we're looking to bring the hips back through the downward phase and then forward through the upward phase. And so we're not only thinking about up and down, but we're also thinking forward and back as we perform that movement, okay? 7.5 minutes through those. That means we'll visit each exercise 5 times. We're gonna start in 5. Grab those heavy, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. March in place, farmer carry. Excellent. 5, 4, 3, 2, and release it. Grab your band, slide it under one or both feet, and bicep curls. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, release, dumbbell deadlift, top down, working that hip hinge. Three, 2, 1. Bring those weights right beside your thighs. We're back into our farmer carry. Beautiful. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take those down safely. Band under the foot or feet. And here we go. Five, 4, 3, 2, and release it, and deadlift. Soft bend in the knees, send those hips back, press those hips forward. Three, 2, 1, march in place, carry. Good, pull your belly button towards your spine, work that tall posture. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, set those down safely, and bicep curls. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're back to our deadlift. Beautiful. 3, 2, 1, and farmer carry. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, take it down safely back to our band. Place it under the feet. And here we go. Three, 2, 1, release it. 2-minute warning. You can do it. Deadlift. Three, 2, 1. It's our last time through it. Here we go. Three, 2, 1, release it. Our band, last time who's feeling their wrist flexors and extensors. Particularly for me, my wrist flexors are getting a good workout today. Grip strength with all these carrying motions. Beautiful. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Our finale is our deadlifts. Here we go. Five, 4, 3, 2, and release it. Great work, my friends. You can re-rack those weights. You can even put the band away if you like. Grab a sip of water, take a quick rest, and we're going to jump right back into another 7.5 minute circuit in just a moment. All right, for this one, we're going rep-based. We're gonna do 2 different motions, 10 reps each to start off. We're gonna do our balancing with overhead reach. All right, we can go with that full balance, or we can do our kickstand balance, whatever you need. Right after that, we'll take the second leg up, and we're gonna do our balance with forward reach. All right, with both of these motions, I want you to take advantage of the most full range of motion that you can at your shoulders, remembering this essential moving element of our body as we're able to reach and pull and contract and lengthen all the muscles around the shoulder girdle. Our second exercise is our modified push-ups or our elevated push-ups. So if you have that box or you have a counter or a wall, we're going to use that. If you don't have a counter, a box, a wall, or a racked barbell, I'm going to have you work your modified push-ups in today's program. Okay, we'll take 10 repetitions there. And then our last exercise is either our reverse lunge or our split squat, okay? I'm going to show you both versions. Our split squat, we're going to come down into our 90-90s, and we're going to take that split squat up and down from the floor like so. Of course, if you need a little bit of extra help or balance support, go ahead and place yourself beside a wall or a chair back, okay? If that movement is just overall too much for you, then we're gonna go ahead and take our reverse lunge in any version that makes sense within your body. So this is a relatively high variation, or you might feel comfortable with more of a knee bend in that back leg. Either way, 10 repetitions each of either your split squat or your reverse lunge, okay? 7.5 minutes, we're gonna go rep based here. We're gonna start in 20 seconds. So grab another sip of water if you need it. Excellent. All right, so setting up for balance, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll start with our overhead reach, pull down, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Second leg, forward reach, pull back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Over to your elevated surface. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And split stance or up at the top of your space. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Split your stance the other way or switch your lunge. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back up tall for balancing, overhead reach. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Second side, forward reach, pull back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Your push-up variation here is 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Split your stance, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch it, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. Back to balance. Reach and pull. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Second side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. Elevated or modified push-up. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Split stance or reverse it. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Here's our 2-minute warning. 2 and 1. Second leg. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. We're back up to balance and reach, pull. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Forward reach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Push-ups. Here we go. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome, friends. We've got about 20 seconds, so let's alternate our legs. So we're gonna all do that reverse lunge. 1 and 2, 3, here's 4, 1 more each side is 5, which completes our 7.5 minutes. Great job with that. Go ahead and have a sip of water, and we're going to begin our cool down. All right, cool down. We're going to kick off today in a high hip flexor lunge. So we're gonna step one foot back and turn that back foot down to the ground, 45-degree angle, and then sweep the hips around to face forward. We're gonna tuck the tailbone first, so scoop it down and forward and bend our front knee until we feel a stretch in the front of that back hip. Pause here. You can stand beside a wall for balance. Breath in, breath out. Awesome. Second side, step it back, square the pelvis, tuck the tailbone, and bend the front knee. Big breath in, big breath out. Awesome. Still using that wall for support. Let's take our quad stretch. Same thing here as the pose we were just in. Tuck the tailbone, squeeze the glute, and then pull that heel back. Big breath in, big breath out. Awesome, friends. Spin around and switch sides. Catch that foot. Tighten up the glute. Tuck the tailbone. Big breath in, big breath out. Okay, calves and Achilles on the wall. Let's take our right toe up the wall and then bring our body in towards the wall, squaring the hips. Take that same right toe back. In a giant step, plant the toe down, push the heel down, and then bend the back knee to drive the stretch into your Achilles tendon. Take a breath in and a breath out. Good. Same on the second side. Left toe up the wall. Bring your hips in. And step that same set of toes back. Push the heel down and then bend the back knee. Beautiful work. Press up and out. We're going to finish today in butterfly. So either the seated or the reclined supine position. This is the seated variation. Soles of the feet together, knees drop out wide. Keep a tall spine, and then you can bring your elbows out to your shins and your knees to deepen that stretch. Or a more passive version. Maybe you're at the end of your day when you're watching this recording and you need a little bit of a reset. So you could come down into the supine variation of butterfly here. And taking what you need at the end of this class where we exerted ourselves. High effort, hopefully great gains, excellent rewards. I hope you're feeling wonderful today. And it was my pleasure to move through these movements with you. And if you had any individual questions, ways to make these programs land for you, questions about online one-to-one personal training, I'm here for all of that. You can send me an email. It's diana@bridgefitnesstraining.com. I hope you go forward and have a wonderful day. And I'll catch up with you soon in our next live or recorded class. Take care until then. Bye-bye.